And for the first time in more than 50 years, there's a young first son in the White House, and he seems to have bipartisan support. Social media started in on 10-year-old Barron Trump after the inauguration. Coming to his defense on Facebook, former first daughter Chelsea Clinton. She wrote a Facebook post saying that Barron should be left alone. Chelsea posted, "Barron Trump deserves the chance that every child does, to be a kid." A rare moment of agreement in our current political landscape, but what do you think?
I agree.
Kids untouchable?
Well, not just untouchable. I just feel like you just have to be respectful. A child is a child, so they should be held at a different standard. So to be making fun of a child just because of their parents is
it's who their dad
not right.
is.
Yeah.
It's who his dad is, the reason people are making fun of him. So that's totally unfair, and I hope people will have the responsibility to not attack that little boy. Anybody that takes on a 10-year-old boy is a real coward. So I think they should hands off him.
I was impressed by Chelsea. I thought stepping forward like that, I mean, you know, she's been there. I think we remember her as a little bit of an awkward teenager in the White House, because guess what? She was 13. You know, they're all awkward.
Talked about how unattractive she was.
Right, it was
all
awful.
of these things. And so it's not fair. I mean, yes, it is. He's going to be talked about. I'm sorry, it's a family that you're putting up. It's the president of the free world's child. You're going to, people are going to make comments about him as they would, you know, perception of anybody.
But they shouldn't.
I mean,
they shouldn't, but
I agree with you to the extent of, yes, people are going to make comments, and not saying that they shouldn't, but you have to be tasteful with it. You cannot just attack a child. Yes, they're a public figure, but you can't attack a child.
I agree.
There have to be rules in this world. And with Obama's girls, at first some people said some things and they found out that was not acceptable and they backed off. So if we all stand together, people will back off this.
And take a lesson from Obama's daughters, really, 100%. They remained completely classy. There were so many rumors circulating around them, and they just didn't even give into it. They didn't care. Because they were just such, I mean, look at them. They're such amazingly beautiful, and they just kept within the lines and such classic ladies, young ladies. So I think that also rules that Barron can't really act out either, or we're going to just go off on Barron. So
I mean, and I'm sure we are. And you know, with any celebrity, their child, if their child acts up, we always focus in on it. So there is a sense of responsibility for that child. But how unfair is that? You know, to always be on your P's and Q's. You're not able to be a child.
yeah, but you know, it's what Trump should have thought about that before he put his family in the White House. I think that's absolutely.
I disagree.
I think that's not fair.
It's not fair. It's the media. It's social media.
But look at the Bush girls. The Bush girls were crazy, and they got it pulled together, and they were in this, what is it, University of Texas, and they got it pulled together because they were so exposed. And Jenna Bush says that was one of the best things that ever happened to her. You know, is because she kind of like
Exposed is different than mocked, though. And what concerns me is that in this climate, and we did run into this with Chelsea Clinton, but especially now when social media is such a free-for-all, you got to just ignore kids, ignore the stars' children, ignore the president's children. They're children. My children are not perfect. I don't want my children mocked on social media. You know, I mean, we need to sort of be
your kids
bigger
are,
people.
Technically,
they are.
You're not saying your kid particularly. But
I'm shocked to hear you say that.
Kids in general are still mocked. I think it's just to another level because other kids are really mean.
Yeah.
Kids can say things to other kids that are really mean. I just think it's knowing that responsibility that people are watching you and acting accordingly because of that.
I think it's really, I'm sorry, I think it's really interesting too, like in France, you can't take pictures of people's children. You have to blur out the faces. But
I love
here, we do that in the media. So
yeah,
maybe there's some other things that have to be changed before if we don't want to start like attacking the children, if we're going to keep exposing them out there as well.
What kind of people are we?
Yeah, I'm disappointed.
Why can't we
Does
just
anyone
take
feel bad about the
responsibility?
person that got fired?
No, first, we aren't going to talk about it.
He's like, next.
No, I can't talk about that. No, I'm just kidding.